Just yeah, it's Saturday. What do you want? I mean, got a lot to do. Got a lot of parts to install. Got some brand new stuff from our boys at M2C. Bench is still a damn mess. Still haven't fixed it. Still haven't cleaned it. Got some necessities this morning. Diff pins. Taking the notorious apart, which was perfectly running, by the way. We found a lot of problems. Bent drive shaft, broken out drive. It's just two broken drive pins, one in each diff. Yeah, but it was still working. So it's just a matter of getting everything dialed in. But we've got some new outdrives to put in from M2C that are trapped, which is a really cool design. We'll go over that later. This is one of my normal ones. So you can see that's what I do to them. Break chunks out of them. With this truck anyway. My Creighton doesn't really do that. It's not put through the torque load like that one is. Let's see. Let me get some music going here so I don't go insane. Come on. There we go. Really? You gotta reset. Anyway. Yeah, over one. There we go. Need 2 batteries in this thing probably. But yeah, so I gotta put these together. So yeah, another diff video. But this isn't a clean build. This isn't a fresh build. This is a rebuild with a couple of added parts. Shimming should still be all right, but we'll see. I found a lot of loose screws in these diffs, which I'm not happy about. The housings have been cleaned thoroughly, brake cleaned, run through with bolts, then re-cleaned again. I need to find a different method to make absolutely sure that no differential fluid gets in these things when I'm putting them together, because that it screws your diff. The bolts will come out, the housing comes apart, and then it eats the damn thing. That's why I need to quit smoking. But it'll it'll eat your gears because the spacing changes and then your diff's not shimmed right anymore. So it's kind of the way it is. Hey, Brody boy. And yeah, Brody's hanging out because he's outside. It's not nighttime now, so he can run around and do his thing. All right. So, without further ado, let's get to work. Dude, no, we're not going to do that. We're not going to play that game where you're nuzzing me every 30 seconds, sticking your wet nose right in my elbow when I'm trying to work. All right, come on, let's go. In the house. Come on. Get. Come on. Get. Yeah, let's go. No, in the house. Come on. It's about repression, no longer science fiction. It's all about ignorance. The creative miracles for life. The media freedom, disjointed politics, funding our petrochemical program, and where it's hostages. No shit. All right, sorry about that. So that's the way that's going to work. We're just going to have to stay inside. I'm just not dealing with it. All right, back to where I was. I said whoever was there left already. Anyway, so trying a slightly longer screw. I want to see if these will fit from both sides without bottoming out. If they will, we're gonna have more contact, and I mean, I can't say less chance of contamination, but however you want to see it. So let's try this out. And in case this drill goes down, I brought mine from work, so might as well just use it anyway. It's got a fully charged battery. still have a good clamp load. So looks like I'm gonna run this length screw from now on. That should help out. Of course, I only brought 8 of them. Bought 8 of them, so I should probably find some in the bin before I get too crazy. Come on, there you go. All right, wear that. Got some new drive pins, new seals. Not a bad idea to put new seals in and do a diff. Drive pin number, in case you're wondering, because these are easy to mix up with several other pins that are in the ARRMA lineup. That you can, if you have a box and you put all your pins in one hole, it's real easy to mix them up. So, either know they're exact when you start by opening a new bag, or double check them by putting them in your outdrive and stick it in the back of the gear so that you know exactly what part it is. Otherwise, yeah. Butterfingers. All right, so get these guys out of here. All right. All right. So we know housing's going to work. We know that's going to. We got bolts. We need more bolts. We need 8 more. So that. Oh, we actually have a lot of new ones of these in here because they definitely haven't been used before. Excellent. Excellent. 2. 3. 4. There we go. Text messages are in. People just here. So here's that one. 5. Come on. 6. Perfect. 7. And 8 on that. And there we go. All right. So we got all our bolts. Where is my Loctite? There it is. Okay. So we have that ready to go because we're going to need a bunch of that because we're building diffs and that's where it works. Okay. So it's ready to start now. Mike, what's up, buddy? Good to see you. Good to see that you're there. Yeah, man. I don't know. I just so much work to do. I still got to finish the spyder, which is kind of half. Once I get my crate off the top of it, well, my crate's upside down on the floor, but well, it's getting there. I got the drivetrain done. I redid the shocks. The shocks are great now. I like where the shocks are at. I just got to, play with them once I get the wheels on it or tires, whatever. Drivetrain is mint. Little snug, but I know why it is snug, and I'm good with it. It'll wear in, which I know is like not a good way to do stuff, but do what you got to do. How's the audio? All right. I didn't really check my levels because I was playing super loud music earlier. I'd like to turn that up, actually. All right. So this is, like I said, this is not a fresh, clean rebuild. These housings still have parts on them and various other things that you don't really do when you're building a fresh diff, but it's not a clean install either. Hey, what's going on, bro? Welcome in, man. Not too bad for a Saturday morning. A little sore, a little tired. I quit Adderall last week, so I'm a little off. But feeling way better. Turns out Adderall blocks testosterone. I don't know if anybody knew that. So, at my age, not that I'm ancient, but I'm getting up there. Almost half a century at this point. So, and I'm just doing some diff building. Hey, Bob's RC, what's going on, man? How you doing? Welcome in, man. Kind of glad I did the Saturday thing. We had a lot of traffic right away. Thank you, Mike. I appreciate that. Yeah, it was not easy. Day 3 was rough. It's not like quitting opiates, because that's a month, man. It's a week of hell, but then a month. But it was day 3 was evil, and then thank God day 4, day 5 day 5 and 6 I was actually killing it. Like I felt like a new person. I felt like I was 30 again. So yeah, Adderall has bad side effects. Stay the hell away from it. All right, so obviously I'm missing a couple couple of shims here. But I have them. It's just a matter of why are they missing. Oh, no, they're not missing. They're just right here. And there they are. But that one's got quite a cone to it. I was over shimmed on the inside. What are those toys you had when you were a kid? And you pop them and they go back and forth? Like, you flip them over, put them on the ground, and they poof. Oh, I can't remember. God, it was so long ago. You were like made out of some silicone rubber. Yeah, that's done. I'm going to do one. All right. No, I got those. I got those in spades. So I got the small one, right? So I'm good. Okay. But some have some grind marks on them. A lot of these outdrives had broken pins in them. 2 of them did. So I actually had to grind them down to get the pin out, or to get the outdrive out of the diff housing without, scarring the hell out of it. Not this one. This is just a standard broken one that I usually do. That's my usually MO for this truck. Either that or it shears the whole half of it off. So, yeah. Right on. Congratulations. Your daughters. How old's your girl? You don't mind me asking? Yeah, none of mine, none of the ones that I rented ever got into remote control. So, unfortunately, I don't know that joy. I did teach one how to fish. That was really nice. He caught his first fish with me, and that was a very dad moment. But I mean, I haven't had the joy of the whole, let's say, what do you call it, career setup. So, oh wow, okay, nice, right? You already been through the whole thing. Congrats. And the fact that you're RCing with her is beautiful, dude. Great for you, man. That's really cool. I mean, really. Oh. Yeah, I really can't fathom having a relationship with. Well, I mean, my oldest was like 20, I think, when last time I saw him, and we were still really cool. But like I said, didn't have any hobbies that we did together. That's for sure. It's really cool, man. Really cool. Good for you. I'm just like, I'm trying not to do things that get you in trouble on camera because I don't know. Certain channels don't like that. But right. So we're just gonna do these like I do the regular ones, except I'm gonna take a page out of Mike's playbook here, Canadian RC. Don't get 716 and using nitro. Good, dude. Awesome. Good for you. I know my dad was really proud of me when I started racing when I was 9 because he got me into RC when I was 6. And he was even more proud of me when I started flying planes with him, which I'm no good at. Don't even ask. But, and if he was still around, I'm sure he'd be even more proud of me now with the YouTube channel and, doing my thing and these crazy cars. Because, I mean, we were running 7.62 volts back then. I think the gnarliest thing we had back in the day was a 16-cell dragster with a 9-turn on it. And it's a pan chassis thing, and it was pretty gnarly. I mean, did a scale quarter pretty quick, but at the same time, like now everything's 26, 34, whatever, or 24 or 36 volts. Brushless motors didn't exist back then, not in RC. So it's a different world now. And he's been gone for at least 10 years. But unfortunately, the differential game is an ever-evolving thing, and it's evolving again today because I had, I think, 2 or 3 bolts locked in out of both these diffs. All the rest were loose, and I found out why when I ran a bolt through them to get all the crap out of the holes. Yeah, they had a lot of contamination. So this contamination thing has got to be stopped, and it's got to be what do you call it? What's that term? Stick a pin in it or whatever you want to say. Yeah, see, there's a broken pin right there. It just came off one of the diff gaskets. And those are only used once, so they're going to be reused. maybe after this, I'll actually get to clean my bench and finish the spyder. Well, I can't finish the spyder, unfortunately. The hobby shop has no motor slides. Um, my buddy works behind the counter there. He has some at home. He said he'd hook me up with, but it's quite a drive. He lives like at least 40 minutes away, and that's after work. I don't want to bug him at home after a day of work because that's just not cool. And then my other buddy in Fort Myers has two of them, he said, but he's in Fort Myers, and that's an hour drive. So, is what it is. What's good peoples? Good peoples are people that you think are honest. And look, I'm not a Christian, man. I don't follow an organized religion. I follow my own set of rules. But good peoples is like people that like you would introduce your friends to, people that you think are awesome. Like they take care of people. That's it's just a term. Um, however you want to put it, man. It's hard to describe. Good peoples are people you put your trust in. You put your personal faith in that person because they're good peoples. That's what's good peoples. You know, you know, peoples that you would trust. You would hand money to until even the first time you met them. Yeah, got it within the vicinity, so ordering it would take a while. Plus, I mean, I'm financially like kind of ruined right now. I was just on vacation, and it was a staycation, but uh, yeah, Plus, I mean, my life savings was taken by my ex-wife. I don't really have. I just killed my savings today again. It's not a good place, and I'm making good money, except for I'm paying a whole hell of a lot of it to insurance. But I have to have foot surgery. Well, I was planning on having it next year, or this year, I guess in April, but I don't know if I'm going to do that now because schedules are changing, so to speak. Um, that sucks ass, bro. I mean, I could drive to, you know, Chip's house tonight, Clockwood, as you know, I'm on screen, and, you know, grab one and be done with the car. But I mean, I can still mount the battery box, the radio tray, radio tray, receiver box, the ESC mount. I can still do some stuff to it. Plus, I got this to do anyway, and I'm going to get on that in a second. I'm sorry I'm taking my time. I'm just kind of, like, when I take a break at work to go, like, have a cigarette or whatever, I'm not taking a break. I'm game planning in my head. I'm working it through my steps, what I'm going to do, exactly how I'm going to do it, what I need to work out for, what I need to make sure I do right, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And yes, I know this gear is damaged, but it's not that damaged. It doesn't even have any flats in it. It's just kind of chipped a little bit, which is because the bolts were coming out of it. Which, like I said, is our big problem right now. We got to fix that. You know, um, so we're gonna take some extra precautions on these to not contaminate the bolts. Yes, I am under Logan G Gamble. Logan Gamble is my old Facebook that involved my ex-wife, the one that took my life savings. But Logan G Gamble is my Facebook. Yes, and I honestly don't know what my TikTok is. I can look it up though if you want me to. But yeah, that's what it is. So yes, Dale Sullivan. All right, I'll do that right now because I'm gonna forget because I'm terrible. Um, I'm really bad about remembering shit. It's too much car information in my head. So DLES. Um, SULL. Okay, SULL. Dale Sullivan. There you go. And could you guide me to the right one? Shit, I'm trying to get that to be visible here. There we go. Just tell me which one. It's the hot one. All right, cool. Gotcha. All right, man. I'm on it. Um, okay, why am I having a problem here? Just right. Man, Olivia. Is that your wife or girlfriend? Um, no. I think we're already friends, dude. Shreveport, huh? Cool. I think we're already friends. Oh, there we are. Yeah, we've chatted before. Yeah, dude, I think we're already buddies, man. Or whatever they call it. Anyway, um, yeah, it didn't give me an option that popped up right away that I could see. Anyway, so kind of back to what I was doing. And unfortunately, these got a little dirty, but I've got some brand new M2C goodies here that were delivered last night or yesterday. They're new outdrives that are captured on one end, which is really cool. Um, you kind of got it. Well, that pin's halfway out, so that's not going to work. It's probably why it's in the pile of axles to fix. But you kind of lock it in on one end, and you can't pull that out. And East Tactics on YouTube has proven that M2C outdrives are far superior to anything else because he made a bid for a torque wrench with a slot he could put in these things, put them in a vise, and try to break them. Or it wouldn't work with these, but I mean, with the old metallurgy that they already had, which is definitely not worse, I'm sure they're pretty awesome too. So let's get a little goo going here and get started. This is just automotive assembly lube. Assembly goo. I've never used it for building a motor. I've built a lot of motors, but apparently that's what it's for. It works great for transmissions. I know that. I've done some trainings with it. Manuals. I don't know. I've never rebuilt an automatic in the field, so don't ask. But anyway, so let's see. We already got bearings on these. All these bearings have been checked. They're all great still. These diffs weren't built that long ago, but I'm glad I took them apart because would have been in a little trouble. Oh, wait, that's a non-EXP. How? No, you didn't do that to me, did you really? Oh, these are mixed. Son of a bitch. All right, so we got non-EXP, EXP, two more non-EXP. I don't have any non-EXP differentials. Wow, I should have checked that one, huh? Yeah, just like a mechanic to not check the parts when the parts get delivered because they think the parts department did a good job. Well, they don't always do a good job. Ouch, that sucks. Well, I mean, it is what it is. I know somebody's got a lot of non-EXP diffs, so I'll throw them at him, and he can run them because I don't have the capacity to run those, but I do have other good ones. So I mean, I've got two EXPs that I got, so we'll probably put those in the front because that's where I usually usually the rear is the one that breaks them. Oh crap! I gotta catch up with you guys. Holy shit. Cool, man. Awesome. I'll check you out for sure. By the way, I'm not very good at calling people, checking stuff out, watching other people's videos. Damn it. I appreciate everybody, but I'm so scatterbrained, dude. Like my mind is a very tricky thing to deal with, which is probably why I've gone through so many different iterations of drugs and stuff like that. Not that I'm on them anymore. Like I just got off Adderall, which was like the last one, and that was prescribed. But it was screwing me up, and I didn't realize how bad until I got off it. It's just it's a process, man. Being an addict is being an addict. Once you're an addict, you're an addict. It's not something you recover from. It's something that you fix. I mean, you recover, but you don't. It never ends. You're still an addict. Most geniuses, not that I'm saying I'm a genius because I'm like 8 points shy of Mensa, um, have addictions. And if you look it up, all the most brilliant minds from our last 100 years have had an addiction to something. Even Stephen Hawking, I think, it was sunflower seeds or toothpicks, or something like that. You know, Einstein, wormwood, which is apparently a psychedelic alcohol that we don't get here. So, you know, it happens. Why did I just do that? I just put both the good ones in one end. All right. So we've got pretty good, yeah. You can never change your mind. Eternity can never change your mind. Cool, man. So, yeah, it's just a thing. But, I'm doing better. Growing as I grow, as I age, I guess you could say. All right, so there's that. Right, so that's going to be one case. So I'm going to put this together with some other ones. Oh boy, I had some good ones laying around earlier too. I threw to the side because I thought these were all 29 mil setups, but they're not, which kind of sucks. But I just gave away like all my 20 or what was 30 mil dips, whatever the size was, the old ones. I just gave all that stuff away like recently, like tons of parts. Like cases and outdrives and gears and shims and I mean everything. I weaned my box out of it. I just said, no more of this crap. Oh, it is what it is. Keep moving on. If you can't fix it, why worry about it? So this one, that one's not bad. That's pretty fresh. Fairly tight. A little bit of a notch to it. It's better. It's got a broken pin in it too. It needs to be shaved. Well, not shaved, but at least sanded a little. Polished, so to speak. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to find anything perfect in here, that's for sure. I actually tried for a while welding these back up and then grinding them back straight, and then honestly, it's just not worth the time. Crap, man. We really got a motley crew here. Just a pile of messed up stuff. Like, what am I going to put in my truck? Wow, yeah. I know I had some better stuff than this laying around, but I know I had to throw one away because the pin busted up so bad it bent like the hole, and you couldn't do shit with it. Pardon my language, but it was really really mangled. That's probably the best one I got right there. So, all right. Yeah, unless there's another one out there, but I'm not digging for it right now. Not while I'm live. I'm trying not to bore the hell out of everybody. That's bad. Roll through. Yeah. All right. Cool. All right. Cool. All right. Then we're good. All right. So, open up. All right. So, oh, this one's still got all the stuff in it. Come here. Or no, new seal. Yeah. There we go. Where'd the hell the seal go? Well, it's a good thing I checked. Apparently, it disintegrated. Not surprising, terribly. All right, so another new pin, and all right. So in a minute here, you're going to see what gets important. This is where it gets real important when you're building these things. This is the make or break time when you're talking about putting your fluid in or putting your first 4 bolts on, because that's the real important part. Because that gear side has got to be solid. If those bolts come loose, it's bye-bye gear. And I mean, maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, maybe not next month, but in a couple months, You know, and I've had diffs go for 2 years, so I'm not trying to. That's so funny. You know, I'm not trying to blow these up because they're not cheap to rebuild. You know, when you have to do gears and shit and stuff. All right, so got our gaskets. All right, so before this gets super mega hairy, take a slight break. I'm still gonna be here though. Um, um, I'll take a body with it. I mean, it's lightweight. It doesn't cost much to send with it, and it fits it. So I'll take a body with it, so I have something to start with. Thank you very much again, Mike. You're just you're a nut, bro. I'm sorry, but I mean, it's almost borderline personality disorder. How nice you are to me. I mean, and not to be a dick. I mean, I'm not saying like, you know, I appreciate the hell out of you, bro. But I mean, really, it's like I just, yeah, you know, it's exceptionally humbling, to say the least. Um, I don't know if anybody can actually see this thing. You can get us some eye candy or something while I'm doing my thing. You just want to see what's going on here. That is the Notorious. That's the one we have the dips out of right now. Or as I call it, my stunt truck. That's a TRL chassis actually, because as usual, people are buying TRLs and ripping the chassis out and selling it. You know, because they're putting in a M2C or some other upgrade, and it was like $40 on eBay or something. I was like, oh yeah, it's 27 grams lighter than the stock. I think it's a 3 mil, and it's also 5 mil and T70. And I haven't twisted it yet. I mean, I don't send this thing like a mother, you know, but the stiffness helps. Doing what I do, especially being this is a 5S design, not a 6S design, so I don't have like that double brace in the middle and all that cool stuff. It is built up, but yeah, it's not insane. These blocks, I don't know if you can see them in the back here. My C and D blocks are custom. Yeah, I got a cover on the back one. On the front, I just have a plate holding the pins in. But I make my own. I haven't started making them like in mass, nor do I have the ability to do so. I got to hand make them one by one out of mild steel, and I'm probably going to start heat treating the ones I put on my car because they would be a lot better if they were properly heat treated, so they wouldn't wear as fast. But I run, I think it's 5 degrees at any squat and half a degree rear toe. I mean, when you pick up a truck, like this 8S here, no, I can't run that camera that far over. Well, you can see it from there, kind of. Just move it over there. When you pick up a stock truck like that and it's got 3 degrees of toe, I mean, it's like, it looks like it's, I'm walking down the road, like, you see a person with 3 degrees of toe and you go, what's wrong with that guy? And I mean, I get the issue with toe. I've been doing chassis alignment and suspension work and chassis engineering, and I even worked for a small kind of race team, if you want to call it that, for a while. 3 degrees of toe is a lot of rear end check, and that creates understeer, creates massive amounts of understeer, especially at high speed. Even under braking, when you're trying to plant the nose and get it around the corner, it's still rear end's like, no, I'm not going, because it's checked in, and I hate that. it drives so much better with less toe. I mean, if you've got the control. I mean, if you're a rookie, you're starting out, yeah, fine. 3 degrees is probably a good idea, because you're going to learn how to drive it, faster than you would with zero toe, because it's going to be an animal. It's going to be balanced. It's going to, the rear end's going to come loose when you hit the brakes. That's the way it's supposed to work. I mean, unless you really, man, never mind. That's a whole other geometry conversation. I'm not even getting into that. But, I can't stand that. So, You know, I make my own blocks, and they're pretty awesome. Be nice if I had like a CNC or a 5-axis mill, you know, and I can make like really pretty ones. Like, where the hell did I get this one? You know, like, I mean, this is just a cheap knockoff piece that I got for the Creighton that I didn't install because it came late and I already put the car together. But if I can make blocks like this, you know, at my angles, you know, not at these crazy stock ARRMA angles. And the anti-squat works quite well. Trust me, it's a fun thing to have. All right, so shall we? Typhon 3S BLX body. No, because we've never had a 3S Typhon here. I haven't had one. Nick hasn't had one either. Well, I got behind on this. Hold on, let me read up. Okay. Okay, cool. Typhon drums are sweet. My boy John down in Fort Myers, or well, Lehigh has one, and we did some cool stuff in the Lehigh videos. The Lehigh videos were cool. That was an amazing weekend. We had so much fun there. I don't know why I'm even assembling this right now. I'm just kind of trying to remember what I was gonna do. Okay. So number one thing right here. The kind of girl that you only want to dream about. We're not broken, a little cracked. We got a little bit of stuff in here that possibly could get in the holes, but I don't think it's not like fresh fluid, so I don't think we're gonna have a problem. Come on. Don't get faster. Oh yeah, it's a little tweaked. Yeah. All right. Shh. I didn't actually do that. All right. So. And yeah, I know it's a lot of Loctite, but guess what? You want these bolts to hold? That's what eats diffs. You take your diffs apart, you got loose bolts. That's why it failed. There's only 2 reasons for bolt failure, and that's shimming or loose bolts. So, problem is, I don't remember which one of these is in the front and which one was in the back. So we're gonna have to play with it when we put it back together. But I'm sure I'll figure it out. I'm sure it'll be tighter than it was before anyway, because these had loose bolts. So, is what it is. There's no such thing as human debris. I wouldn't say that. All right, so we got some improperly packaged stuff, but I mean, I get it. You know, it's still free product. I still appreciate Avery for hooking me up, even though I got some outdrives for John. That's the guy I sold all my stuff to. So we really started, and then I think what I'm going to do after that is I'm going to flip them over and I'm going to put screws in the backside just to keep everything out of the holes. I've tried tape before and it doesn't really work right. I mean, you can make like a cover, I guess, that would just sit on it, But this is where we're at for now. Sorry about the noise. And you can torque these in pattern if you want to. I mean, I really don't think it makes that big a deal. As long as the thing is seated, it's seated. And you'd know if it wasn't because it'd start moving when you tightened it. So, all right, so there we go. So now I need one of our lovely easy diff holders from Canadian RC96. Thank you, Mike. So, all right, so here's my new add-on to my diff build method. Now we're going to start putting screws in these holes to keep out fluid, so the fluid doesn't contaminate your bolts and your Loctite, because your Loctite will not work with silicone fluid on them. I guarantee that. That is a fact of nature, just as much as the sun is hot, because I've done it plenty of times. And I was really surprised when I took these dips out, because my dips have been so good for so long, and now, well, not so long, like a year or a year and a half, and I had loose bolts. I was like, you've got to be kidding me. Like, obviously I need to change my game up a little bit, so this is something I'm adding to my profile of the ultimate. I gotta wash that with brake cleaner now. That's another. Ooh, that hole is a little foobar, but it's got some threads left, thank God. And I did spec these bolts out for length before I started this video to make sure that I could put these in both sides and butt them up. The clamp load will still be there, so we're good. Oop, a little tight. All right. Now the question is, will that residual Loctite end up drying before I get done? And then I'll have to heat them up just to get the screws back out, because you can see it coming out of the holes. There's definitely plenty in there. All right, so sorry I'm working slow today, guys. I'm exhausted. It's been a rough weekend, and I was up very, very late and got very, very little sleep, and all that kind of stuff. Still dealing with the after effects of Adderall. Let's see here. This truck is going to be 500K front and rear for sure. So I hope we have enough to do it. Otherwise, we'll have to do something really weird. Yeah, should do it. Looks like it's at the bottom. I should have let that sit a long time ago. My bad on that. But anyway, just remember, this drill is for rectal use only. Somebody gave me a roll of those stickers. I put some on several poles outside of my job. Like, gas pipe poles, telephone poles. It's just me being a juvenile monkey and having a good time. Because, I still enjoy being a juvenile monkey and having a good time. Even though I'm almost half a century old now. Oh, what's everybody talking about? Shit. Okay. All right, I just missed one bit. Hey, man, cool, man. Thank you. I appreciate it, man. Thanks for coming by, dude. Awesome. And Godspeed and health to you and your family, and have a happy New Year. Thank you very much. Because, as I've said, I'm just doing this for fun. Once it's not fun, I'm out. I mean, the same way I did RC back in 2004. I just quit. Cold turkey. And then about a year and a half later, I sold everything. Sold my cars, my parts. I was racing Pro-Am. I mean, I had a lot of stuff. I had 2 boxes full of tires that were like, I had these Trinity soft bags that were on dollies that you could slide 3 cardboard boxes into full of stuff. I had 2 of those, and I had 2 boxes in one of them full of tires. I had another one full of bodies. I can't lie, man. Racing semi-pro was great, being sponsored and all that kind of stuff. But it got to a point where it was, sometimes they want you to do too much. I don't want to come to the hobby shop, because I've been on YouTube to freaking. Actually, YouTube didn't even exist yet. I don't want to come to the hobby shop to just smile and like wear your gear because you're selling a new product because it's a long drive and it's not that important to me. And it's not going to change your sales because nobody knows who the hell I am anyway. I'm just some guy who can't race the local parking lot scene because they won't let you because they call you a ringer and they're right in the middle of their season, which sucks, because parking lot racing is where it started. That's what it's all about. When you start out. All right. Yeah, this is probably going to be a while. Probably going to break because I'm sure it's going to take a minute. Oh, no, we're already going. Okay. Come on. Off. Damn you, aren't. Yeah, not that much in there, but probably enough to she does. Come on. Come on. Get out of there. All right, there we go. That's probably about, almost enough for a div. Yeah, that's enough for a div. All right, off you go. Okay, another one going. Excuse me. Come on. There we go. Now we got a little glob going. Out. There we go. Sympathetic, cold-blooded killing machine. How did you get so mean? Oh, we definitely need more in the first one. Yeah, I was a little off on that. Such a friend. But then if you overdo it, when you squish it together, all the fluid, pumps out into your bolt holes, and that's what kills your diff. So it's all about getting that Loctite to work. Oh, come on, you. Yeah, there you go. You got more, yeah. Yeah, probably need more both. Jeez. Come on. Yeah. Let's try that. Be sore tomorrow from this. Alright. Well, let's see how that works out. Let that sit for a second. Let's see if we got enough in there. Once we get all this rest of the stuff together. Yeah, give me just a minute for a social break, whatever you want to call it. I need to walk around, check on my dog, who's inside with my mother and God knows who else, and make sure he's not being, I don't know, taught to do circus laps or whatever the hell. Plus, I'm out of water, so I need that. So 1 second, I'll be back. Thank you, all of you, for coming by and checking this out, and I appreciate it very much. I'll be right back. I should probably put some else there. All right. Okay. 1 minute, literally.
I battled depression. I contemplated a lot of weird things. No, I didn't do anything. Is there any therapy involved with battling depression? We're doing it right now. Is it helping? No.
All right, back. Okay, that's it. Million. All right, but we lost a lot of people. Shit happens. Yeah, if you don't want to, wait, and your impatience is your own problem. Okay, so we got our crowns going here. Always make sure those are fully seated. You can tell by the distance in the pinion. That was a back. All right, and then it should be flush with the outdrive when you get it all the way on there. So. Oh yeah, I didn't even go over all the diff modifications because we modified like some of the spacers and whatnot. The only real big thing is the big spacer you use to replace the LSDs has been modified. We've cut grooves into it for lubrication because there's grooves in the crown gear. So why aren't there grooves in that washer it's got to sit on? Because there's no grooves on the backside because it's against another spacer, whatever you want to call it, spacer washer. So get in there. We used to cut those big spacers in half when we first started with these things, with these 29 mils. But get those sorted out. Oh, that one's sideways too. God damn it. Let's see here. You bastard. Yeah. Of course, this is why you always contaminate screws, because shit happens. Then you got to pull it all apart again. Because something doesn't want to line up, something won't rotate, something won't get in the groove. So, get in there. Alright, so that one's in, but it looks like we're a little low on fluid. Mm-hmm. Alright, so. Get it in there. Yes, thank you. Someday, like fields of marsh. Now our slot is just about straight, so that should work. All right. Come on, get in there. Now we're a little off. There we go. I felt it clicking, kind of. Not click, but you know what I mean. Seat. All right. So, it doesn't look like we're too far off on fluid. There's a dog hair in there, though. So, I'm probably going to put these together as they are. Once I let this fluid settle and, try to clean off around the bolt holes so I don't get contamination. Yeah, good luck on that one, buddy. But, alright, nobody said anything, so that's that. Yeah, there's a lot of fluid up here. I don't even know how I'm going to combat that. I might as well just brake clean it. I mean, not spray it, but, I don't know. If I let it sit, maybe that stuff will move around a little bit. Except for the stuff that's all over this damn bolt. Maybe it'll seep away, fluid does tend to do. So, I don't know. Trying to figure out how to entertain people when nobody's talking back, and I'm just trying to, get you people interested in anything. Here's a spyder. That's that Mojave Creighton Typhon mix. New shocks on it that I built last night. 100 weight ARRMA 1.2 pistons square, and a little washer underneath each piston from a non-EXB differential spyder gear, because that's a very thin piece of steel and it flexes well in an environment with heavy fluid. So I use those for my dual rate damping. It covers half the piston on the bottom, so it makes it flex under compression. Then under rebound, it covers half the holes. So it's a cool setup. I think I read about it in RC Car Action magazine when I was like 10 or 12 or some shit. Excuse my language. Long time ago. I'm stuck here in my rear brace. Is that silicone? What is that? Yeah, it's silicone. No, it's like a foam rubber. Whatever. It's kind of weird. Probably got it in the box it was sitting in. But steering's done, drivetrain's done. Drivetrain's a little snug, but I've got a really tight rear end on this thing because the gears are like borderline, so I just tighten them up enough to work. And then actually the center axles are over shimmed, so they're a little snug, but it's a piece of it's a rubber O-ring, so it'll wear down pretty quick, so it makes it not too snug. Because currently it is too snug. All right, so you know what? I think I'm going to try to do a little extra decontamination on this just to make sure. Let me pick my crate up off the floor. So let's give this a little shot here. Hopefully we don't screw it up too bad. I don't want to contaminate the fluid either. But so some automotive grade brake cleaner on a stick. On a stick! So I'm just going to try to wipe around these things and hopefully pull any extra. Yeah, there's some Loctite there. So obviously it's getting under it. That's good. That means it's pulling up, any fluid, any of that silicone. That'll screw up your Loctite. I think we might need another stick. That should finish the job, I think. All right, so that's kind of good. It's not getting too deep. It's just it's not screwing up the internals. So, if you get a little bit in there, it'll evaporate probably by the time you get all four of those bolts out. So, all right. Let me give it one last minute to settle. So, I end up making the perfect differential finally because, and then I'll find something else wrong with it. Got to make sure I get these on point because we got two different outdrives here. So, well, wait, nope. Wait, what? Oh, M2C doesn't have the capture though. Well, whatever. Shit happens, man. Ooh. Sorry to take another break, people. I'll be quick. Nature calls, if you know what I'm saying. What are you guys talking about now? Oh, thanks. Hey, Jake Washers. Sorry. What's up, buddy? Give me just a second. I'll be right back. Sorry to take another break, but all right, back to work. So let's pull these bolts out and hope they're not covering goo. Unless it's Loctite. All right, sorry about the noise. I guess I could, as long as I remember what the level is. Actually, I can mute the microphone. Just go in here. Oh. Go. Loctite. Yep. Had a feeling. All right. So, What has happened is the Loctite did solidify on that diff. So that's going to be just as difficult to take apart in a minute and a half as it is right now. So I'm going to finish this one right now, and then I'll get back to that. So, right, Loctite. So I'm just going to oop, oop, oop. And the bolts came out pretty clean. They don't seem to have any silicone on them, which is what will make your Loctite not work. So there we go. So I'm trying them all started. Definitely don't tighten it down before you get them all in, because if you have too much fluid in it and you squeeze it up, it'll get into the bolts. Which is, it's like silicone's like the kryptonite for Loctite. I don't know how it works, but some kind of chemical reaction, I'm not sure. So just kind of, make sure your gear is set. A little snuggy, and move it around. There we go. So hopefully we get this right this time, because a lot of loose bolts on disassembling on this guy, and I did not like that at all. Come on. No, that's not right. Come on, you. Sit right. Nope, something biting. I think it's right. Let's see. No, maybe not. Yeah, something's sitting right. Come on, really? Ah, you bastard. Son of a bitch. Yeah, it's not happy at all. Alright, well, let's take that one apart again. And this is where your bolts always get contaminated, when you have to take it apart because something didn't fit right. I mean, you can do a million of these, because I've probably done 150, 200 something, and something just doesn't always line up. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Most of the time it works. All right. Okay. So our crown gear is not settled. Obviously sticking up. So why is that? Is that? Oh God! Don't get in my hold. Don't get in my hold. Yeah. Is it because it's the gears? Is it because it's? So why is the crown gear not settling? Yeah, it's definitely the spiders. The spiders probably aren't lined up right. And I could have swore I had them right. Yeah, no, their slots aren't in. Good job, idiot. Well, can't all be perfect. Some of us have got to, make the other ones look good. It's kind of our job. All right, so yeah, it's still, it looked like it had plenty of depth. Like the plates were down, so I was like, all right, well, it's good to go. Yeah, there you go, eating your own words again, dude. Problem is, which slide is it? Oh, now I can see it. Okay, so that one's not lined up. The bottom one. So let's just rotate it over and put this one back to where it's supposed to be. Well, I can't really see that one anymore. Come on, where you at? Oh, maybe. Oh, there we go. Yeah, we got it. The joys of diff building. So fun. All right, get it. Yeah, now we're seated. Now it's flush. That's how it should be. So, and it appears that we didn't contaminate any of the holes. So that's wonderful, because God knows there's nothing anybody hates worse than having their hole contaminated. All right. There we go. Well, let's do this again. 500K front and rear. I don't know what the CST is. Is it labeled? No, it's 500,000 weight. factory team associated. I don't know what that converts to. There's a chart. You can Google it. But yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, I don't like doing it twice, but when you do it twice, yeah, you definitely learn a lot. And I've done. When I first started doing RC cars again, after I got out of it for like 13 years, and after like the second year, I think my wife got a Notorious, my ex-wife, and she started doing all this crazy, flippy, funny freestyle crap. I was like, what was that? I'm not saying she invented it. I mean, I'm sure somebody else somewhere else was doing the same thing because it's likely. But she had these big monster tires, which I'm talking about Proline trenchers, which I have on both on Nick's 6S Notorious and my 6S Notorious as well. And I made her sell the tires because she was blowing differentials so fast I couldn't keep up with the work or the parts. Now I've gotten to the point where I run them on my rigs because I can build differentials properly, at least for the most part. But I'm still learning. Obviously, I made a mistake on the last one, and this one is going to be better. So that one's done. It's been a long week. Anyway, and I need music. I need motivation. No, that's not what I want. Don't start changing my shit. Damn, really? Still stripped a screw. You must have bent the screw in the hole. That's why. Yeah, I mean, the screw had to be bent. All right, well, you know what? I apologize to anybody who's watching this who's trying to put me on the radar for some kind of family thing, but it's Saturday afternoon, 1 o'clock, and I'm having a beer. You can only be good for so long when you've been bad forever. Cheers. All right, let's get these screws out of here and see. Sorry about the noise. Oh, right. Yeah, this is a fun one. I forgot about that. All right, well, let's see here. Actually, that might not work that well. So I have to, okay. Plus, it creates a heat sink. All right, so actually, I can do that. We're just going to use this as a holder, really, not really. I'm not going to squeeze it. But we need to not let the heat transfer out of the aluminum. And if we put it on the aluminum, it's going to suck the heat right out of it. So we do it this way. And, of course, have a lighter. All right, so, I'm at it. And yes, this is what I use to take my wheels off because I don't strip hubs very often. Yeah, it probably was the problem, Mike. You're probably right. Thanks, bro. Cheers. All right, so. All right. No. All right, yeah. Lock tape all day. Ah, you son of a bitch. Bastardo. All right. Yeah, it's definitely the Loctite. You can kind of feel it, the grip of Loctite. It depending on temperature, it goes to goo and then it goes to liquid. So it's kind of a bastard, but it's a fickle mistress. Come on, just grip the damn thing so I don't have to, pliers. Damn it. Brody, what? There's a torch right there, idiot. Oh my god, dude. You must burn the hell out of yourself. What is wrong with you? Where are those giant pliers? Right. Mess down here too. Alright, well. Let's have my gloves from work. Shit. Let's use those. Come on, just. Oh, yeah, it's like maxed out almost. Come on. Ow. Hot. Hot. Yes. Thank you. Yes. Warm. Okay. Fuck you. Excuse my language. All right. I really got to heat this thing up. You've got too much liquid in there. It's making a heat sink. Souls come join. Oh, it's all Loctite, nothing. So I put so much Loctite in the front side that it got into the back side and made it very, very sticky. So, I mean, it happens. There's worse things you can do when putting a diff together. You know, not quite. Wee bit more heat, I think. Wee bit more heat. Shit. Don't put it on the napkin, dummy. Come on. Ugh, you bastard. There we go. Nice and liquid. Good boy. All right. Oh, I'm starting to lose diff fluid. All right. It's probably getting warm, so see if we can re-angle that thing. I'm going to aim that at my camera. Oh, damn it. Chunky little bitch. All right, come here. All right, you two. Oh, come on, quit being a bastard. And you can't really hold it by the outdrive because then it makes it rotatable, and not to mention that's going to push your fluid out. God, you little bitch. Come here. All right, there you go. You happy? All right, I'll tighten. Ah! You got to be kidding me with this thing, dude. This is like the most difficult dip I've ever had to put together in my life. Also, the one I've been most concerned about contamination. So, I get it. I wish I had a proper tool, but, most of my tools are at work because that's what I do. I play with tools. All right. Shit bag. No. Yeah. More fun than a barrel of pregnant goldfish. I'll tell you that right now. Not that I've ever seen a barrel of pregnant goldfish. I just think it's a funny term. Shit bag. I'm kind of fine with that. Come here. Okay. Screw it. Right? This has been entertaining, I hope, at least. I hope you guys at least are getting a good chuckle out of this. I mean, really, like. All right. Please tell me this thing's still hot. Nah, almost not hot enough. But being a brand new bolt, it's got a good head in it, so screw it, I'll leave it that way then. Just rip that bitch out. Because I'm tired of playing with this little bastard here. So. Oh, not quite. All right. Well. There you go. All right. So the joys of red Loctite, but unfortunately, in this with the style of what we do, excuse me, with these particular machines, It is an unfortunate yet necessary evil. But oh no, we are overfilled. No, we're starting to squish already. Yeah. I saw the fluid start to approach the holes of the bolts. In fact, no, almost. All right. So we're gonna have to be very careful on this one. Like I don't need to add more Loctite. I'm pretty sure I got enough in there already, but at the same time, it's not always the same product when you heat it and then you go back to it. So this is going to be questionable at best, unfortunately. I mean, the first one I nailed down, so at least I got the process. I figured out like how to do it, but I still have to kind of worry. I guess I could check these bolts once this thing cools down a bit and see where they're at. I mean, ow, fuck me. They are definitely stiff on it. Mike, this says something for your stuff, dude. I mean, that thing is red hot almost. I mean, not red hot, but I'm an auto technician, and if it burns my fingers, like I'm one of those people when they come up to you in a restaurant and go, "Careful, this plate is hot." I go, "Sure it is." No, it's not. Because of what I do for a living. But at the same time, dude, that says a lot for the quality of that plastic that they held up to that much heat. I mean, this thing's on fire. I can't touch it. So it's probably about, I'd say 160. Actually, give me a second. I'll check it with a temp gun. Just gotta go get it. Well, not go get it. It's right over there, but I'll grab it. But I want to get these bolts in, so I'm sure this thing is secure and that we don't have any leakage of fluid into the bolt holes. I know this looks ghetto as shit because I got vice grips and like napkins and shit. I get it, man. I don't have my tools here. Like I said, house burned down. My secondary set of everything is in storage because I live in a small space now and I don't have the room. However, trust me, I have the right tools. Hell, I have an air-powered strut compressor. If anybody's in the automotive world, but yeah, most of them are mechanical. So, all right. So one of those already locked up on the Loctite because this diff is movable. It's perfect. So it's not casing. It's not pulling itself into the case hard. But one of those bolts already got tight without bottoming out. That one because of the Loctite. So I'm actually going to have to heat this case back up again, and it's already hot as hell. So, the joy of Loctite. Yeah, it is. It's 3D printed by my boy Canadian RC right here, Canadian RC 96. So is this car stand. So is this bumper spring. So are these roof skids. And yes, I know I have a cracked one. I've never cracked one before until I cracked this one, and I cracked that one probably landing on the nose from 40 feet on concrete. Well, I don't have any on the old bodies because I took them all off to put them on new bodies because they worked that well. On the back of my wing on my notorious. And yeah, they've got my name in it. Send it, fuck, whatever you want to put in it. Or in my language. Body post, which I have not installed yet. I installed them on my Creighton. I've got black ones on my Creighton, but I haven't installed these, and these are nice and flexible. So they tend not to break or break your body or break other parts because you need a sacrificial part, which is why you don't buy aluminum arms, aluminum knuckles, bulkheads, aluminum this, aluminum that, but you don't get aluminum arms. You have to have a sacrificial piece in your rig. Otherwise you will break it or you'll bend to something. That's kind of how it works. And I love people that build these all aluminum jobs. It's like, hey, go send it off a ramp. Let's see what happens, buddy. This is the bumper spring for my Notorious, another Canadian RC 96 part. I've used other bumper springs and polyurethane parts and 3D printed parts off other, let's say, online companies that sell from home, kind of whatever you want to say it. And I've broken them over a period of time, like 6 months, something like that. Great part, lasted for a long time, a lot better than factory ARRMA stuff. But I've never broken a Canadian RC bumper spring. And if you've seen my videos, I probably should have. So he does the research, he puts in the work, he figures out the right plastics, the right flexibility, and makes a good product. So highly recommend contacting him for any of your RC 3D printed needs. Who's texting me now? Okay, now you're showing off. Damn, bro. Did that just all come out of the oven or what? That is a lot. So, Mike was just showing me his inventory. So this is car stands and diff holders. That's all car stands and diff holders. So he's got product in hand, like ready to go. So contact him if you want to get one of these wonderful car stands, or if you want to get one of these lovely diff holders or any other of the amazing parts he makes. Like the roof skids are, if you do anything crazy with a car, you need some roof skids because you just painted that beautiful body and you want to save it. Well, you gotta save it, and that's what roof skids do. Or skids, you put them on your roof, your bumper, whatever, wherever you need them. I know I got them on the bumpers of both front and back of my Notorious because so we do the wheelies and stuff. Helps with the leverage. Call it cheating, call it engineering, whatever you want to say. I don't care. All right, so that thing is still warm. A lot of metal in there, I get it. Come on, you little bastard. Quit being a monkey. All right, which is that bolt. All right, so let's put that on the outside. I won't heat sink it too bad. Just gotta get that one a little snugger. I just... I said snugger. So don't confuse that. Now, I know this is a lot to go through for a differential setup, but you know what? I've been doing it a long time, and this is the way I'm successful. So if you don't like it, do it your own way. I mean, I don't mean that in a derogatory way, just like, if you think you got a better way, let me know about it. Maybe it is better than mine. I don't know. I'm just a dude who does stuff and works on cars for a living. So, all right. So that is as done as that's getting. Oh, I lost my brake cleaner. I'd like to have that a little cooler so I can install it. I'll just leave it there for a minute. No, actually, I'll just leave it right here. Yeah, I mean, I barely put a nick in that plastic, so obviously, great job, dude. And it doesn't even look any different. Honestly, like, you can barely feel the ridge. It's more of a mark than anything else. Hey, no problem, man. I'm not here to be commercialized and be like a NASCAR driver with 1,000 stickers on me or something like that. And yeah, I know I got stickers back here, but look, like, I got my local hobby shop, K&K, Walt's Garage, that's where I work, M2C because they hooked me up, and they're not sending me like kits, but Avery's been nice enough to bless me with some parts, and I appreciate it very much. And I endorse them because I've run everybody else's stuff. I've run GPM, I've run the cheap Chinese crap, I've run this, I've run that, and you cannot beat their metallurgy, their strength, and their dedication to making a perfect part and testing the crap out of it and making sure it's going to be perfect for your use. And their warranty is absolutely amazing. So, and they're built right here in the USA in South Carolina. And I mean, for a company to be making metal RC car parts in America, can't be cheap. but they still manage to keep their prices within range of most people. So, I mean, that's pretty badass as far as I'm concerned. And I've broken a lot of crap, trust me. I've got 700 or 860 videos to prove it. All right, so let's get the crate down to the way. No wonder my dog doesn't want to hang out. All right, let's get the Notorious back on the bench here. Let's see. Right, I want to put this one in the front. Or wait. Yeah, I break mainly rear outdrives. All right. Well, you know what? That's not really fair because these are M2C axles. Let's put the M2C stuff in the front, and we'll see what happens. Hey, that's a good kind of a litmus test, I guess you could say. So let's see what kind of spacing we got with this thing. Let me maybe bring this a little back so you can kind of know. That's like all up on me, but of course. All right, I guess it's got like too much use out of it. Maybe. There you go. Is that better? You kind of see what's going on? Maybe. I don't know. Get that in there. Why is there no engagement? Oh, that's right. I almost forgot. Right. So I had a pinion come loose on this thing. So it's probably still loose. It's not. Okay. So why do I have no engagement at all? Oh, that's not going down. Right. All right. So this probably wasn't the dip that was in this. Because the shim is probably in the front. Or it's just being still because it's a cold day in Florida. Cold day in hell. And, all right. Where the hell are my pliers? Is that a basic set of pliers? Which kind of you need sometimes on aluminum housings just to push it down a little bit. Just get it seated all the way. Right, I gotta wind these back up. Yeah, I mean, everything's kind of a disaster here right now. I can't find shit. Pardon my language again. Oh, come on, really? Get in there. No. Alright, well, that should be seated. But it's still twisted. I can see it. Right, so this is not the diff that's going to go on this end because it can't. It's just, it's not shimmed right for it. It's shimmed for the front one, probably. So let's see if I can get it back out. Man, it's going to be fun. Nice thick one. Yeah. Oh, come on, here we go. All right. Yeah, it's shimmed way too hard for that housing. Yeah, this is touchable at this point. Kind of. I'm gonna link the axles now. So we got these. Well, one side anyway. There's a new outdrive in it. I guess it struck a nerve. All right, so come on, get in there. Come on, move over. There you go. Right, it's still not all the way in. Yeah, so I guess the housings were a little messed up in the first place. Alright, so right. And this is gonna be ugly. And it is what it is. Alright, so I've got no. Alright, so I've got just that's kind of a lot of play in my world. But being that's an alloy setup, when the case goes on, it's probably gonna tighten up quite well. Yeah. So I had enough grease in there. And I just kind of put more on the gear. I mean, I could throw another god of grease in there, but I guess I will. Alright, so let's see how this all goes. I guess it struck a nerve. A little short. I bought some new bolts for these in case. So. That's probably a bit too long, but that's what it is at the moment. Alright, where is the... There. Too long. Right. As you can see, the case is obviously pulling in, so it's going to tighten up nicely as long as it's not too tight and binding when I'm done. But yeah, if you ever have a screw that's going in crossed or something or stops on you right away, back it off until it clicks and then go in. That's resetting your first thread, so it makes it work. So, I don't know, I just call it a mechanic's trick, whatever. But it is what it is. So, alright. Now, if this is all set and happy, then I'm binding when I get down here. And I got my damn springs falling on me here. Come on. It's definitely taking a little bit to get that bearing all the way in. It might even loosen it because that bearing might have been cocked up. You know, it's obviously a very tight setup. So, you know, I don't recommend actually getting them this gnarly, but with what I do with this truck, it's got to be like right on the edge, you know. All right, so it's hard to tell if the motor is still connected, if it's binding or not, but I guess I could try to spin the main gear here and see. I can't even get my damn finger in there. All right, there it is. All right, if it's that easy, it's definitely not like super tight because it would be like wanting to stop. And yeah, I've got like 0 play on the diff, so that's how I like to run it, as tight as possible with no binding. That's how you want it. Never knowing. So, one more diff, get this thing together. Fortunately, I am short a motor slide still because they didn't have any in stock hobby shop for the Typin. The spyder, as I call it, Typin Mojave, whatever you want to call it, mix. So, I'm just gonna finish this one up, I think, for now. I might install like the battery tray and stuff, but I mean, what's the point? I can't run it until I get some parts. And get this back wing on. I gotta check my group. Let's do. Alright. Yeah, actually, well, down a little bit on that side, but that looks pretty good. Yeah. Alright, so side up just a touch. Just here. I've got a washer of that. No. I'm actually going to raise the other side instead. Oh, come on. Get over there. 12.5 pound springs, hard to cross. and hold it while you're playing with a wrench. All right. Yeah, we're dialed. We're good. Let's get some new bolts for that. Excuse me. I'm sorry to get your face. Right. Yeah, these. And these actually. I don't know. These actually might be not threaded far enough. That's the ones I really needed too. Damn it. No. Oh yeah, right. Out you go. Is it a mile long? Make sure you got longer ones. Shit. Alright. Yeah, I didn't intend taking a torch to that one either, or putting something that hot on it. It was kind of a unfortunate necessity. So, come here. What in the hell is wrong with you? There we go. What are you doing? There we go. What the hell is that all about? Bolts have a day. Also, this one is stripped as well, so yeah. Damn it, I got the wrong screws. The only ones I have are like Phillips head, and I hate using Phillips head because like it's not an RC, it's not an ARRMA thing. I'm greasing my yellow. That's shredded. That's done. And these are too long. I mean, obviously, these are like the through bolts in the back, which I needed anyway, but I didn't get ones for the wing mount because that's what we're running now. It's a pretty good setup, and I've gone through a lot, so after this thing, after the other thing. Oh, wait, these big ass bolts are only, aren't they 3 mil anyway, or 2.5? Where the hell did it go? No, right, these are, yeah. So, right, so, no, too big. But I got these weirdo things. Somehow, I don't know where the hell they came from. Whatever, man, I'll just run them. I mean, you gotta put it together, right? All right, so now I should probably move this back here and get this back up so you can see what's going on with the back end here. That's better. All right, cool. So, yeah, as usual, and fun. So I'm gonna hold the nut, get it lined up, get to. There's my pliers I was looking for like an hour. God damn, it is Saturday morning, though, I'm telling you, it is really Saturday morning. And I'm definitely not on amphetamine salt anymore, which is what Adderall is. If you didn't know that. Amphetamine salt. Yeah, still amphetamine. It's just a nice government version of it. Nice and healthy, wholesome, good for you. That's the government would have you believe. Not that I'm not even getting into that, Dave. We're not talking about that stuff on my channel. Sorry to share an opinion. I'll stop now. All right, so backwards, forwards. Done. All right, and then the other side. Paid a visit to the sun god. That bolt's even bent. I'll just keep that sitting right there, and it's well, and find that other nut. All right, well, oh, there's a pin. Damn it! All right, got it. So, all right. Uh-oh. Let's see things happening down here. What's up? Wait. Thanks for the advice, man. Oh, you're in Australia, dude. What's up? Hey, mate. About this stuff, parts sometimes pass away, at least days. Oh, wait, hey, man, dude, I'm glad you're here, man. You're not the first Aussie I've talked to. I mean, not just in person, but on my channel. I'm glad you got a chance to see it. I guess it's probably latest crap there, right? But thank you for coming by, and I appreciate it. And I admire you guys, honestly. I'm a big fan of V8 Supercar. I call it Australian rules NASCAR. I don't know if that's funny to you or not, but I think it's hilarious. Yeah, you guys are wild. In fact, my favorite Formula One team is originally Australian or New Zealand, I think maybe. Bruce McLaren, big fan of Chris Amo, who was a brilliant Formula One driver for a long time. A pioneer, if you will. I'm a big fan of the fact that you guys live in a country where everything that moves on its own is trying to kill you. Like every spider, every snake, every animal I mean, even a kangaroo will attack your dog and try to kill it, and unless you knock that bitch out. Sorry, I had to use that reference. That was one of the funniest things I've seen in a long time. But yeah, man, like really, yeah, I'm not your average American. I've been to Europe because most of them haven't, and the world would be a much better place because we're a juvenile country with a big stick, which is a scary proposition. That's camping, exactly. Exactly. 20 things are trying to kill you in your own home, but when you go camping, 100 things are trying to kill you. That's what I'm talking about, man. That's why I admire you guys. You guys are wild. Like Mark Webber, really one of my favorite racers of all time. A dude was just honest, funny, brutal, talented. Unfortunately, he got a raw deal, and he always got a second fill seat because he definitely would have been there. Freaking Liam Lawson's all right. I mean, for a kid. But I'm a huge fan of Oscar Piastri, dude. That guy's brilliant. For a youngin, he's so well rounded, and I love the fact that his history started with RC cars, not go karts. That's insane. And I mean, honestly, he could have took the title last year. He just made a couple rookie mistakes. It's only his second year, and he doesn't have maturity on him yet. He'll get it, So yeah, there's my opinion on Australia, New Zealand, and I'm also a huge fan of the really wild animals. Not wild, but like explain the echidna. I mean, if you think God was stoned when he made up the platypus, explain the echidna. Yeah, four-headed Peters. That sounds great. Let's go with that. What? I'm sorry, man. I gotta step away for a second. And I just yeah, man. You guys are amazing. Oh man. Mm. Oh my god. Oh shit. Oh man, that was funny as hell. Wow, that's scary as crap. A lot of people say my dog looks like a dingo because he's got the brindle color, but it's actually um, it's a Thai Ridgeback. I thought it was a Rhodesian for the longest time, but it turns out he's Thai Ridgeback, which is a bit different. Let me get on this. Oh, that's not okay. Is that the? Oh, I wonder if I got a loose yoke or whatever you want to call it. Yeah. Huge fan of Horsepower Academy too. I'm not sure exactly where their main spokesperson or whatever you want to call him, presenter, is from, but I know he's either Australian or New Zealand. Learned a lot from that dude, for sure. And I've been building cars for 30 years. But yeah, they're on point. I haven't subscribed or anything, but I don't have the money. We should probably get those bolts in. Look at that. Oh yeah, dude. First time I saw him get a mohawk, I was like, first time I ever saw a cat, dude. From nape to butt, I was like, holy shit. Dog's got something I can't grow anymore. Yeah, I kind of miss having a mohawk, but yeah, whatever. You get old. Judo occurs, as they say. Yes, definitely a little bit tweaked. Yeah. All right, one down, one to go if I can find it, or get the new ones. These are even the right length. All right, I screwed that up too. No, they're the right length. Good. All right, so shit. That's awesome, dude. Awesome. I'm glad you're here though. Like really, I miss being in culture. You know, like I was in Europe for like 2.5 years. And it's a long time ago. We're talking like 2006, 7, 8, 9. You know, like, you know, just being around people that from other places is just awesome because you get to learn so much, you know, about the way people think and the way people, you know, deal with situations because it's different everywhere you go, you know. And you know, and like I said before, we're such a juvenile ass country, but we've got the biggest baseball bat in the schoolyard, which is not a good thing because we're also the youngest. You know, it's like having a 5-year-old with a baseball bat and a missile launcher surrounded by 10 40-year-olds because it's essentially what it is. And you know, as far as America goes, you know, we've only been a country for 250 years. When you go to a place that's been around for 2,000 years and they've already effed it up 5-6 times and figured it out, and now they've got a working civilization, you tend to learn a little bit. Unfortunately, most Americans don't understand this concept. And, well, you know, that's why we're kind of, hi, we're here to stay. You know what I mean? And I get it. I understand it. I've heard the term ugly American 1,000 times, especially in Germany. I get it, dude. I understand it. But honestly, well, I was born and raised in California. I definitely wouldn't go back there now because, I mean, the laws have gotten so screwed. You can't even buy a gas lawnmower in California anymore. Yeah, how cool is that? No, that's communist, idiots. So, why am I getting on subject of politics? No, I'm talking about world places, not politics, right? Wow, man. You know, let's just say I get it. I understand. You know, I'm not your average American, especially your average Floridian. Holy crap. They send all the best ones down here. Somebody tried to eat somebody's face in Miami not long ago. Yeah, at least we have entertainment. I mean, there's a website dedicated to Florida Man. Florida Man did this. Florida Man did that. Yeah, that really says a lot for your population right there, buddy. Like, let's keep that rocking. Anyway. Oh, okay, cool. I didn't miss anything. Glad you're laughing at that, man. I mean, yeah, I try to be entertaining. I mean, not necessarily. I mean, in general, like in my life. Like I used to be the class clown, like in every job I ever worked, in every shop I ever worked at. And then I started working with this guy, believe it or not, named Logan, Logan Brown. And dude, he is a absolute riot. He developed this term one day in the middle of the shop out of nowhere. He goes, "Weaponized autism." What the hell does that even mean? But God, it's funny. And I mean, I'm actually on the spectrum myself. I mean, it's a very low grade. It affects me in a lot of ways. Like I can't remember any dates. I can't remember any birthdays. You I can't remember people's names 90% of the time. But I can design stuff in 3D in my head, so that's kind of cool. But it's like it's a weird form. It's a very very low grade version of said disorder. But mm, minds are very interesting. I gotta admit, the sociology and psychology were definitely my favorites in college. I didn't graduate, so don't go there. I not that I care. I already had a career. I was already working on cars for a living because I was good at it. It sounds a little loud. I hope I don't get what do they call it, copyrighted. Well, I mean, whatever. I don't care. Glad to hear you're still laughing, bro. I'm glad I can give you some humor, man. Because honestly, I'm a huge fan of making people react, no matter how it is. I mean, it could be laughter. It could be going, what the, either way, to make somebody react to a situation or something that you're doing is like a hobby. So I'm glad I could make you react. I wish I could see it because that's really the joy. That's the, damn it. That's the, that's the payoff. But at the same time, yeah, but yeah, Logan Brown, man, he's out there. But weaponized autism is like, I kind of consider that my version, because it helps me. I mean, it hinders me at the same time. I mean, my last wife had to make up a limerick for our anniversary, so I wouldn't forget it from a movie. So it's like, I can't remember a damn thing. I don't know my mom's birthday. I don't know my dad's birthday. I don't know the date my dad died. I don't know my parents' anniversary. I don't know any of the anniversaries from, well, the second wife, yes, because she made a limerick. I don't know either of my ex-wife's birthdays. I can't remember that stuff. I mean, it doesn't happen. I don't remember my hire date. Yeah, dude. I mean, I'm sorry to hear that, but it might be. But you got to realize, it's a blessing and a curse, depending on how extreme it is and what it affects you in. I've been screamed at and had stuff thrown at me several times for not remembering birthdays, especially my ex-wives, and anniversaries and all that kind of stuff. But at the same time, I can look at an engine and 3D in my head, like exploded view, and I can design it and I can bore it and hone it and import it and make the flow match, and like I can do all that in my head, which is like really cool. But it has its drawbacks. Plus, I'm a little weird. some dude, some dude left a message on my Facebook today. You should shave your beard off so you don't look so weird. I said you should cut your right arm off so you don't look so normal. Like, dude, who are you to drop some negativity on my channel, on my Facebook page and blow me up about my individuality? Like, you're a dick, and nobody wants your opinion. People just don't know how to be polite. I'm gonna grab some grease real quick. Like in this day and age, like people walk by each other on the street and they don't even acknowledge each other. They don't even look at each other. Like that's so like terrible. Like I always try to give people a nod, or just acknowledge they're there, that they exist. I mean, maybe that dude's on his way to kill himself, and somebody went high, and so he decided not to. I mean, I'm not saying that's a common thing, but it's like, if you just give people acknowledge that they exist on a regular basis, they're so much more polite and they're so much nicer to you, and it's so much easier to get what you want. So, like, I mean, I'm not calling it a way of manipulation. Maybe it is, maybe it's not. Maybe it's just being polite to people. But like, when did we stop doing? Like, and these kids today. Let me get started on that. I don't even want to talk about music in the last 20 years or language or any of that. I'm not even going there. It's none of my business. I'm not trying to force my opinion on anybody. I'm just spouting crap because, well, I might be a little intoxicated at this moment. Um, I mean, not off of 2 beers, but, um, you know, no illegal drugs, I'll tell you that. Not in this state. Thank you. I appreciate that very much, Jake. Because that's been a thing, man. Like my mom has been like, "Oh, your aunt doesn't like your live cast because you swear so much." Well, I'm not changing me. And one of the rules I made when I turned 40 or 40 something, probably 45 or so. I was like, I am never ever lying to anybody in my life, because there's only two things that happen when you lie to people. One, eventually it catches up with you because you did something bad and you're gonna get caught because evidence or whatever. Two, you're gonna have to deal with somebody you don't like for a much longer time, which is gonna aggravate you and ruin your life because you're trying to be nice to them and pretend that they're not a complete. So you got to be honest with people, because it's being, especially after you've put this much time in. If you've been doing life for a good amount of time, being unhappy is no longer acceptable. So if you're unhappy, you need to fix it. So either to get a new job, get a new girlfriend, a new partner, a new whatever, just move on, because being unhappy is not acceptable. Because as compassionate beings, we get stuck in that cycle of being unhappy, but taking care of the other person so that we're okay, and we're not okay. We're ruining our lives. We're wasting time, and you only have so many years on this planet, especially if you got a lot of mileage. So it's not acceptable. Being unhappy is not okay. So fix it. I mean, it's not always easy. A lot of times it takes a lot of years and a lot of work to fix it because you're stuck in a situation. I mean, I get that, but you you got to take care of you, number one. Because if you're a happy person, you project happiness, and people react to happiness in a favorable way. If you know what I'm saying. Thank you, bro. That's dude. I've come to a lot of, I wouldn't say epiphanies, but a lot of life lessons that have culminated to where I'm at now, and a lot of them in my 40s, especially the house burning down and my ex-wife stealing my life savings, and being broke and stuck in the garage, and you know um, changing jobs all of a sudden, and having the worst job of my life for a while, and getting off of some very difficult addicting drugs. And another one last week, with Adderall, but that was prescribed. And I quit drinking during the day, which I did for 20 years. I was drunk for 15 years, probably, at least, like legally drunk, 24/7. I don't need to share all this crap. I won't share it. I'm just, I don't know why. I'm an oversharer, as my mother always tells me. Just, I don't like for people to get an understanding of the final product that they're dealing with, because of what it went through in development. That's a nice way to put it, isn't it? Here's why I'm so screwed up. Because, oh yeah, and another thing, yeah, my teeth. So the drugs they gave me to get off of OxyContin rotted my teeth out. There's a class action lawsuit, but I can't be a part of it because they labeled my paperwork incorrectly. So it's going to cost me about 10 G's to fix that shit. Anyway, sorry about my language. Yeah. So I'm just me, man. I'm just 100% transparent, heart on my sleeve. Here I am. Deal with it. You don't like it? Change channel. Walk away. Stop talking to me. Don't call me anymore. I don't care. Acquaintances come and go. I've got 1,000 of them. Friends, very few in between. Boring people are normal. Boring people are normal. Yeah, I know, and I'm not looking for sympathy. I mean, it sucks. There's a video on my channel called Before and After, and I did like a panorama of my bedroom. And 3 days later, after the house burned down, I was like, oh, I just did this video, and I did another one, and it's the exact same position and the exact same scan, and it's like, holy crap. Like, I mean, it's still disturbing for me to look at, but yeah, I lost like everything I had in my bedroom, almost all my clothes. That's why I have my European tour T-shirt on the wall because it kind of survived. I lost my bass guitar. I had my dog and three of my cars, my Typhon bastard thing, and my Creighton and my Notorious in the car, and my remote and my dog. And when I rolled back up to the house, it was on fire. I didn't even pull into the street. I saw it from when I was going to turn the corner of the second house in. So I saw it on fire, and I saw the cops out there, and I was like, I'm just going to pull over to the right, park on the side of the street, and go, fuck it. What are you going to do? You can't fix it. That's another big lesson I learned. If you can't control it, there's no reason to expend energy worrying or trying to fix it because you can't. So if it's in the past, especially, stop. Get, move your energy to something in the future. Don't worry about that. You can't do anything about it. It's done. It's already happened. Stop. Being upset. Why? You can't do anything about it. And that was the lesson I learned the night the house burned down. Mentally, I had to do a lot of working upstairs. And this thing is a that's why I've been on drugs for so long, because this needs work, and I don't like psychoactives. I've taken too many antidepressants, and I forgot the one they gave me one time. The stuff you're supposed to add on antidepressant. It made me insane. It's actually not an antidepressant. It's antipsychotic. And my friends, like, after a month, were like, dude, are you all right? Like, something's wrong. And I realized it was because of this drug I was taking. And it happened so slowly, I didn't realize it. I can't remember what it was called. But they had a bunch of commercials in the U.S. about it. Like, if your antidepressant isn't working, put this on top of your antidepressant, and we'll make more money, and then you'll feel better. Yeah, okay. Anyway. AAW. What's happening? You're a good dude, man. I'm glad we met. You should hit me up on Facebook. I mean, we're sitting here philosophizing. I should be working on my car. I don't know, man. I've had so much going on in the past 2 years, and then I was okay. So I was lonely and depressed after my ex-wife left, and then I found out, and she screwed me over pretty good. And I'm literally living in like I don't know, almost 30 by 15 room in my mom's garage, and uh, I I tried online dating, and I tried this, I tried that, and going to bars, and even taking my dog to bars because dogs usually work, And just I was at a point where I didn't think a woman would ever look at me again as a sexual being, and I got so lucky. Facebook, which I blocked thousands of scammers on Facebook and TikTok, thousands, literally. I still do like one or two every day, and she happened to be a real person who had been through a lot of shit, living in Tulsa, Oklahoma, which is 3,000 miles away or so. And she came to visit me for a week, last week or week before, whatever. And I'm actually very in love, and you know, and my channel's working well, and there's a lot of people checking me out. M2C is interested in me now. That's how it is, man. So, I don't know how it is down there. I know the medical sometimes down here can have bad side effects because it's done differently somehow. But the actual product in the first place has gotten me off of harder drugs. It's a gateway drug back from harder drugs, not onto harder drugs. And had killed my anger issue. I had a big anger issue. I used to talk down to people a lot and be a dick, and that fixed that. And it's made me a better person, a more focused person, and I'm definitely glad that I'm enjoying it a lot more than I'm off of Adderall. Um, um, I do need to, however, follow the rules that they have here and get a license for it, so I can go to stores and get properly regulated gummies because edibles are really sweet. But I'm always on the sativa, dude. I don't do any indica because I am an upper needer. I need uppers. I can't do downers. Downers make me like indica. We call it indica couch because you indica, you're into couch, and you're gonna stay there until either you run out of power or PlayStation games or food. You eat everything in the fridge. Yeah, no. Not to mention coming off of a lot of stuff really kills your appetite, and that's helped out a lot. So I mean, I didn't eat for 3 days coming off of Adderall, and I tried to come off it 3 times in the same month, and yeah, third time I said, "Fuck it, I'm doing it." Excuse my language. Yeah, absolutely, bro. Absolutely. I am an upper needer. I mean, I'm not a big coffee guy. Coffee, like if I go to Starbucks, I get a quad espresso on ice because that's what I need. All right, maybe we should get back to this. Like eventually, right? Oh, that's a bad bolt. Well, was it tight? Yeah, it's all the way down. All right, cool. All right, so excuse me, I'm just about done here because honestly, I wouldn't mind driving this truck today. I wanted to drive it yesterday, but then it stopped raining because I know Mike, you've seen it. I don't know if you've seen it, Jake, but I did a really wild video in a wet skate park, and there's a thing about wet skate parks, especially concrete and with steel faced ramps. So there's a very interesting when you have tires like this. There's a very interesting traction coefficient. You can keep traction as long as you're like, I mean, depending on how your car's set up and what motor and what battery, and there's a certain amount of throttle you can use where you have traction and you can drive up ramps and you can do this and you can do that. But if you go over it, then it's full slip. And because it's full slip, you can do different stuff that would normally break your car. or you just haven't upgraded your car enough yet. Because I imagine if I was running full, M2C stuff, then I wouldn't have a problem. Probably bend some stuff, but anyway, it's a very interesting dynamic. It's very fun to drive, and you can do a lot of really cool tricks that you normally couldn't do. I mean, not that I normally couldn't do, but normally I can only do one or two, and you can do like 20. So it's a lot of fun. All right, there we go. So that is actually gonna finish this thing, except for putting the wheels on it and strapping a battery into it. But I gotta top them off. So all right, it's tight. That's tight. Cool, man. I appreciate that very much because I'm about to hit that 1500 mark, and it's been fluctuating. I don't know why. Man, people leave me once in a while, and I don't understand why. What did I do to you? Like, I. It'd be nice if they left. If they unsubscribed, they'd have to leave like a note. Like this is why I don't like you. Like, I mean, not that I care that much, but it'd be nice to know. Like I'm not going to change anything, but still, it'd be nice to know. So those are 2 3 mils. All right, those are the ones that were in it. Oh, all right. Get. Nope. All right. So, yeah, that might be a little long. Nope, that works. Yep. All right. So, yeah, that's that. Back end's bolted on, front end's bolted on. Oh, yeah, one of these is a little loose. Let me tighten that up real quick. So, that's stripped, yeah. Yeah. That one's not. Yeah, I'm gonna have to 3 mil those out, drill them out and tap them. I've got taps for all the sizes, thanks to my dad, because he was in airplanes and RC and all kinds of cool stuff. And the drip looks good on both prints. And yes, this is quite a long suspension setup in the front. These are rear shock rods on front bodies. You got to space them a little bit on the inside so they don't break the pistons. But I do a lot of extra front end so that one, I can do those ridiculous tricks, and on the Creighton, it works really good for uh, going off big jumps because you don't have as much dig when you hit the ramp. Because if you hit the ramp at top speed, which is the only way to launch a car, because that's how everybody's doing it, and if you want to look any good doing it, you got to do that. So you got to hit it, fairly hard. Are these deeper or something? Oh, you know what? I think I put the M2C axles on the Creighton. No, I did because I put the M2C pillow balls on the Creighton, which are V6 V6 knuckles, which is an upgrade for that. Sorry, I was just thinking. Right. So anyway, yeah, it keeps it from digging into the ramp so hard, so you get a better launch and a lot more speed. There's probably somebody texting me going, "You should get offline because you're starting to look like a truck." Oh, that's cute. Oh God. Oh, shit. Yeah, we're not looking 246. Yeah, all right, guys. I'm sorry. I had to take a phone call. It's my girlfriend, and she's having a really freaking bad day. So just give me like a minute. I'm sorry. Go grab a beer, grab a beverage, grab something to snack on. Take intermission like you would at a sporting game in America, whatever. I'll be right back.
disrupts my skin. Despite treatment, it's still not under control. But now I have Rinvoq, a once-daily pill that reduces the itch and helps clear the rash and eczema fast. Some get significant itch relief as early as 2 days, and some achieve dramatic skin clearance as early as 2 weeks. Many saw clear or almost clear skin. Plus, many had clear skin and less itch even at 4 years.
Rinvoq can help early to fight infections. Before treatment, test for TB and blood work. Serious infections or clots, some fatal. Cancers including lymphoma and skin, serious allergic reactions, GI tears, death, heart attack, and stroke occur. CV event risk increases in age 50 plus with a heart disease risk factor. Tell your doctor if you have these events: infection, at B or C, smoked, are pregnant or planning. Don't take if allergic or have an infection.
Disrupt the itch and rash of eczema. Talk to your dermatologist about Rinvoq.
Learn how AbbVie can help you save.
Anyway, so just call me again and call me. I don't always have to text. I don't always know you're there. But when I call me, that's fine. So it's good for a moment. Alright, that's that. Sorry about that. The girlfriend and my, whatever, the other one called. Should have got not a beer, but well, maybe I've had enough. Not steady. So I really need to fix Nick's 8 because, well, he needs that up and going. So I guess I should do that next. I don't know. I might take a nap. Hey, it's the weekend. What do you want? I work very hard during the week, so especially this week. All right. Well, and yes, these are modified hubs, which is why they're so hard to get wheels on. Not the hubs in the tires, but the hubs in the car. I put notches in them and teeth so that the wheels don't move, which is what knocks them loose. And I also red Loctite them. Yeah, I thought so. This is going to be one of those days. All right, so yeah, come on. There we go. All right, so drop of the good stuff. Oh, come on, you bastard. Maybe this won't cooperate a little better. All right, really need to get that crop. Now, next thing, right? Next thing after all the other things already quit. I doubt that one will be harder. Opiates. All right, Michael, what are they right now, dude? Because I'll have to measure it out and see what it looks like. What are the world records? I mean, because I'm all about sending the Creighton. Um, and I mean, definitely height or distance. I really don't care. I don't even care how it lands. I'm gonna fix it. But what are the records? Like how? What device do I need to find to launch off of? That's what the big deal is right there. I mean, like I already got a building to building I want to do. That's really nasty. That might be a record for RC car building to building, but I don't think they even have that record yet. What are the records? Right. What are the records for height and distance? I mean, I know the speed record's like 236 right now. I've gone 115, and that cost me enough money. I'm not trying to go faster. This will drop in there. There we go. All right, come here. Stay straight. You bastard. Come on, stop. Really? All right, fine. Be that way. It's going to happen whether you like it or not. You might as well just comply. That sounds like such a prison warden or rapist thing to say. I will break you. All right, really. Boy, you and mother. All right. There we go. So they're clocked a little wrong. There we go. And then Taurus is done, finally. Alright, now we can go out and make ridiculous videos later. Get out of here. Bastard. Honestly, I'm pretty tired. I think I might nap it out. It's just too bad because I got a lot of work to do. I got to fix the 8S. We got a broken ball joint on that. Got a broken wing mount or shock tower or something in the back, which I had parts for. I just didn't do it. I know Nick wants it done by tomorrow. So plus I got to go over a 6S notorious to make sure there's nothing wrong with that. My Creighton is up to par. I would like to change the shock oil in it because the rear end's a little bouncy. Probably go to 140 weight. But, and I mean, I don't have a motor slide for the other one, so. What time are you talking about hitting the skate park and what vehicle you want to bring? Now I have a schedule. Oh, great. It's like, well, I mean, it's not like I hate it. It's just, if he wants to bring the 8S, I got to fix it now. If he wants to bring the 6, I just got to look it over, charge batteries. I'll probably bring the Creighton in and Notorious. I just don't have a motor slide to fix the other one. Yeah. Our bastard child here. I run 4S Creighton tires on this thing, by the way, if anybody wanted to know. That's why it's that's one thing that definitely enhances the performance. I run a stock ARRMA ESC motor, the 2050 or whatever it is. It's right here. Just reinstalled it. Under yeah. It's the version 6. I mean, or the black, instead of the orange or whatever. Wow. That's gonna take like regearing, engineering, designing a proper ramp because I mean mine is built for what it's built for. It's not built for exact specification distance. And some work, man. That's well, I don't know. I got to mark it out and see what it looks like because I mean we were doing some pretty nasty ones down at Lehigh, but Lehigh we're also coming onto a raised surface, so the distance is less, even though we were sending them at least 100, if not 150. So I don't know, man. That's I'll think about it. I mean, I'm not trying to get famous, but I'll think about it. And the 6S, maybe the 8, if I can get it fixed. I'll just do them first. I'll have them both done by then. All right, so skate park tonight, 8:30. I'll have everything done by then. I'll set an alarm. I'm gonna take a nap though. All right. Well, yeah. So it's gonna be a long night. We're hitting Punta Gorda Skate Park at 8:30. He'd rather take both vehicles. I just gotta tap all the batteries up, and I gotta fix the 8. I gotta go through the 6 and make sure he's not spinning a diff or whatever because he doesn't understand that kind of stuff. So stuff starts clicking. He keeps driving. He doesn't really get it. I've known him for 20 years. That's why he's my roommate. He's been my roommate for a long time. He's a great dude, but he is a little different, a little different than me anyway. I got you, bro. It's all good, and don't worry. Like when you got to roll, you roll out. I'll take all the cars back to the house, and I'll take care of the batteries. So that's the kind of friend he is. He'd give you his shirt off his back if you were inside a warm phone booth and he was in a snowstorm. So that's just the kind of dude he is. And he put up with a lot of my bullshit for a long time because when I had anger issues, I used to be really mean to him, and he still was right there for me. He'd just be like, "Oh, Logan's just being Logan right now." So, and that's a terrible thing to hear, because it hurts your heart. But at the same time, he helped me get, become a better person. I don't know why the hell I'm having a therapy session on goddamn YouTube. Shit, it's supposed to be RC Car Channel. Anyway, so yeah, I'm gonna sign off for a bit, and I think I'm gonna take a nap, maybe call some friends, see what they're up to later, and hang out with my dog, wherever the hell he's right now. Okay, so listen to some music, maybe watch something or learn something, but that's not going to be finished today. I can tell you that right now. So we got to go through Nick's 6SB6 Notorious and his 8S we got to fix. Like I said, we got a bad ball joint and I got to swap out. No big deal. And then I think he's got a broken shock tower or whatever the hell it is. No, that's not the part. Well, it's around here somewhere. Anyway, so yeah, and honestly, I need to cut my hair and get a shower and shave. Maybe I'll do that. So, I don't know. You guys want me to come back later, or? Yeah, I know, right? That is massive. I don't even want to do the conversion into meters because I know both you guys are into meters. And thank you for converting it for me, Mike, because I'm sure you probably had to. Yeah. For some reason, we don't get the whole deal where 10 plus, 100 is just move the decimal point. That's all you got to do. That's easy. No, we're going to make up this dumb shit with all these random numbers. That's just another proof that, they've got it right overseas, and we screwed it all up, because we're a juvenile ass country. That's all there is to it. I mean, look at our politics, for Christ's sake. My God, I haven't even watched the news in 10 years because it's just dumb and depressing. Where the hell did I put my lighter? Anyway, all right, guys, I'm going to head out for a bit. If you guys want, I'll come back later to finish the jobs. I'll probably be a lot more bright-eyed, bushy-tailed. So Do you really, Mike? That's amazing because you're not in a country that uses feet. And what's funny is my feet are longer than the feet. So I can't use feet to actually like walk something out. Yeah, I guess that's how it got started in the first place. What a joke. All right, man. No, great to meet you too, Jake. You're awesome, dude. I hope you come back more often than not. I hope you're hearing every webcast, like my buddy Mike is, because he's such a good friend that he hangs out and we have conversations here. 6 in the morning? Well, hell, I don't know if you're busy later, but let's see, 6 in the morning there. All right, it's 3 here. I'll probably be back on at 5, so in 3 hours. If you're not busy, that'd be great. If you are, I understand. So thank you. I appreciate that very much. You're awesome, dude. Great conversation. I'm glad I could make you laugh. That's I'm here for entertainment purposes and to help people fix their cars, because the more people that have working cars, the more bashers I get to bash with, and that's the way I see it. So love you guys, and I will see you soon. Godspeed.